Marriott Bonvoy is a proud sponsor of USA Swimming. With 30 hotel brands and endless experiences, discover where we can take you at MarriottBonvoy.com. Don't miss out on official event merchandise and gear from Speedo. Stop by the retail area on the second floor, and this morning is the time. D&J Sports will be closing at the end of this morning's session. If you still need to purchase your 2022 Junior National merchandise, now is the time. Don't wait till they are gone. USA Swimming is working to increase awareness and reduce the risk of abuse in swimming through its Safe Sport program. With all youth sports, creating a safe environment is the responsibility of all adults who work with kids. Locker rooms will be monitored regularly and randomly throughout the competition by meet personnel. Keeping in mind this is a public facility, please report any concerns regarding unknown individuals and/or locker room behavior with the meet director. Deck changing is prohibited at USA Swimming events. Please use the designated locker room or changing area to change in whole or in part into or out of a swimsuit when you are wearing just one suit. The use of any recording devices, including voice recording, still camera, or video, is prohibited in the locker room's changing areas and from behind the blocks when swimmers are in the starting position or exiting the pool. All one-on-one interactions between an adult and a minor athlete must occur within an observable and interruptible distance from another adult. Please report any concerns with one-on-one interactions between adults and minor athletes at this event to the meet director. Please report any observed issues with deck changing, recording devices, and one-on-one interactions to the meet director. Split seconds recorded by Omega, the official timekeeper of USA Swimming. Don't forget to check out fanshop.usaswimming.org for the latest USA Swimming gear, a fanatics experience. By providing funding to teams, athletes, and programs around the country, the USA Swimming Foundation works to save lives, build champions, and impact communities to create a legacy for future generations of swimmers. Join us today by making a gift to the USA Swimming Foundation at usaswimming.org/donate. All right, fans, we are just a few minutes away from the start of our final day of competition. Day 4, 2022 Speedo Winter Junior Championships West. We look forward to preliminary heats in the women's and men's 200 backstroke. We'll have 11 heats in each of the competition pools, followed by 16 heats of women's 100 freestyle. Same number of heats for the men. We'll have 16 heats of 100 freestyle on both sides, followed by 16 heats of 200 breaststroke on the men's side, 13 heats for the women, 9 heats of women's 200 fly to finish the morning session, 13 heats of men's 200 fly to finish the morning. Then we'll come back and have distance freestyle. The men will start by using both pools. Heat 1 and Heat 2 will compete in the women's pool starting at 2:19. Heat 3 will start off at 2:23 in the men's pool. Once we get through the top 2 heats of the men's 1650 freestyle, we'll move on to the women's 1650. Heat 1 scheduled for 2:51 in the women's pool. Once again, the men's pool will start with Heat 3 of the 1650 at 2:23 p.m. Events 27 and 28 will be first up this morning on the women's pool. The juniors West record in the 200-yard backstroke, 150.16, set in 2018 by Catherine Burkhoff. On the men's course, we're looking at a 140.79, set in 2011 by Jacob Pebley of Corvallis Aquatic. Heat 1, women's 200-yard backstroke. Heat 1, men's 200-yard backstroke. First win on the women's side goes to Liliana Strumpf, 203.13 for Lillian. Heat 2, women. Heat 2, men. First heat of the men's backstroke was Bryce Key, Mansfield Aquatic Club at 150.90. Heat number 2 of 11 in the water on each of the courses. Here in heat 2 of the women's backstroke, that's Tammy Greenwood in lane 3 from Pikes Peak. Time to beat a 203.1 on the women's side, and Greenwood gets well under that. 200.35, she becomes our top qualifier. Heat 3, women. Heat 3, men. Winning heat 2 of the men's 200 backstroke was Oliver Schimberg of Aqua Wolf Swim Team, 149.58. Sophia Kapp leads the third heat of the women's backstroke out of lane 1, representing Aces Swim Club. On the men's side, you've got Jack Baru of Lakeside, lane 6. And Sophia Kapp gets well under the 2-minute mark with a 158.32. She takes over the leaderboard on the women's backstroke. Heat 4. Heat 4, men. Heat 4 in the water on both courses there. Heat number 3, the men's backstroke. Saw another big swim out of Wolverine Aquatics Club. Sean Christensen, 146.72. Taking the win to turn in the fastest men's 200 backstroke through 3 heats. Heat 4 of women, chasing after the 158.3 from Sophia Kapp in Heat 3. That is Susie Lee, 158.74, picking up the win in Heat 4 for the Aqua Hogs. Heat 5 of men. Heat 5 of women. So Heat 5 now underway on both courses. Heat 4 of the men, we saw Dean Jones of Magnolia Aquatic Club at 145.19. Become the fastest qualifier through 4 of 11 heats. 11 heats to be contested for both the men and the women. Heat 5 of the men. Approaching the finish there could be Asher Good of Scottsdale from lane 8. The touch, though, at 147.40 goes to Aaron Gordon of Waterloo, lane 3. Heat 6, men. Heat 5 for the women. 20031 gets the win. That belongs to Elena Berlin of Schrader Swim Team YMCA, lane 8. Heat 6, women. Heat 6 of 11 for the men's backstroke. Approaching the final touch, we've got Ben Bricka, Sierra Marlins Aquatic Club, lane 3. He gets out-touched, though, by Matthew Iverson, Scottsdale, lane 6. Iverson with a 146.42. Heat 7, men. Avery Ludke, lane 3, 158.70, joins a group of 158s on her way to winning heat number 6. Heat 7, women. Here comes heat 7 of the men's backstroke. Luke Loge of Aqua Jet's been having a great week here in Austin. There he wins at 200 backstroke at 146.53. Heat 8 of men. Abby Ketmeyer in lane 5. 158.58 picks up the win in heat number 7. Heat 8, women. Heat 8 of the men's backstroke. Louis Faisani, 146.90, takes the win. Heat 9, men. Time to beat on the men's side still belongs to Dean Jones of Magnolia, 145.19. We're looking at heat 9 of 11 now, our first circle seated heat featuring Maximus Williamson, your number 3 seed from Lakeside with a 142.92. On the women's course, a 157.60 gets the win from Maeve DeYoung of Lake Oswego. She becomes our top qualifier. Heat 9. Women's side also moving into the circle seeded heats now with heat 9 of 11 featuring Tegan Odell, lane 4, Mission Viejo. 151.74 is her entry time. And Williamson at 1:43.77 puts up a strong prelim time to take over the leaderboard with 2 heats to go. Heat 10 of men. Heat 9 of the women's backstroke, and Tegan Odell way out in front. Looking very comfortable here in the prelims. Turns in a top time of 1:54.14. Odell leads the women's backstroke with 2 heats remaining. Heat 10. That's Nate German-Prey and lane 5. 100 backstroke champ leading the way here in heat number 10. German-Prey, 1:44.4 entry time. And he'll be right there with Williamson with a 1:43.67. He does eclipse Williamson by 1/10 of a second. And with 1 heat to go, German-Prey is the man to beat. Heat 11, men. On the women's course, we've got Katie Grimes out in front from lane 4. She's your number 2 seed with a 1:51.46 entry time. That ranks the 16-year-old number 9 all time for that age group, where the NAG record is a 1:48.30 held by Reagan Smith. Grimes finishes here with a 1:53.59. That'll better the effort from Tegan Odell in the previous heat. And with 1 heat remaining, Katie Grimes, top qualifier. Heat 11. Over on the men's side, heat 11, Keaton Jones at a 1:40.32 takes down the Junior West and Junior National meet record here in the prelims. So 11 heats of the men's backstroke is done. We'll have results coming your way in just a moment. Next up on the men's side of event 30, 100 yards of freestyle. We'll have 16 heats in that event. Heat 1. So the effort from Jones gets him to number 7 all time in the 17-18 age group. Trailing Carson Foster's 140.07 and the NAG record of 137.35 posted by Ryan Murphy in 2014 as a member of California Aquatics. First of 16 heats for the men's 100 freestyle. Junior West meet record 41.23 set in 2015 by Ryan Hoffer with Scottsdale. Taking our first win in that event with a 46.05 Jack Moore, Alamo area. 11th and final heat of the women's backstroke goes to Bella Sims with a 153.05. Heat 2, men's freestyle. Event 29, women's 100-yard freestyle, heat 1 of 16. Milo Shu, 45.85, Boise YMCA, takes the win in Heat 2. Heat 3, men. First heat of the women's freestyle, Charlotte Burnham of the Denver Hilltoppers reaches in with a 52.12 to claim the victory. Heat 2, women. Heat 3 of the men's bull, 46.27, Danny Bishop of Nitro. Heat 4, men. Results are event 27, women's 200-yard backstroke. Top qualifier, Bella Sims, 153.05. Also in that championship final, Grimes, Odell, Anderson, Jaffe, Wilson, McCauley, McGuire. Leading the B final is Maeve DeYoung, 157.60, followed by Perna, Frey, Connick, Murray, Yoon, Rab, and Cap of Aces with a 158.32. Women's freestyle, Heat 2, 51.17, Reese Cole, South Shore Sales, now your top qualifier. Heat 3. Heat 5, men. So Tyler Hansen appears, won Heat 4 with a 45.28 for Lake Country Swim Team. Continuing with the results for event 27 in the C final, Clift, Beam, Murphy, Kebmeyer, Ledke, Stoll, Lee, and Warren. First alternate, Mihawk at 159.19. Second alternate, Rafferty, 159.28. Finalists in event 27, the time is now 9:33. You have 30 minutes in which to declare. 51.12 from Hannah O'Leary. She becomes our top qualifier for Aquatex. Heat 4, women. Heat 6, men. Winning Heat 5 of the men's freestyle, Derek Hitchens of Irvine, 46.02. Results now for event 28, men's 200 backstroke. Keaton Jones leads the way with that meet record time of 140.32 for Swim Neptune. Joining him in the championship final, German Prey, Williamson, Nahara, Jones, Laurito, and Muller of Foothill Swim Team. Heat 4, women's freestyle, 51.09, Avery Hatfield, Lakeside. She is now your top qualifier. Heat 5, women. Heat 7, men. Winning Heat 6 of the men's freestyle was Lance Swanepoel of Greater Des Moines with a 45.32. Continuing with results of the men's backstroke in the B final, Luke Ellis is ninth for Sandpipers at 146.17. Then you've got Broadhead, Iverson, Steffen, Loge, Quarterman, Bricken, and Christensen. Wolverine, 146.72, qualifies 16th. We'll continue with those in just a moment. Heat 5 of the women's freestyle, lane 1, Cameron Meskill, Bend Swim Club, 50.62. She becomes our top qualifier. Heat 8, men. Heat 6, women. Continuing with results for event 28 in the C final, Tomas Haji of Paseo Aquatics, 146.77, leads Barub, Wallace, Faisani, Jin, Good, Gordon, and Gelson of Tri-City Channel Cats with a 147.46. First alternate, Connor Smith, 147.5, Madison Aquatic, Charlie Tracy, Chicago Wolfpack, second alternate. Finalists in event 28, the time is now 9:37. You have 30 minutes in which to declare your intentions. Heat 9, men. So a couple heats here on the men's side to get you caught up on. We saw Tyler Kim in Heat 7, Lake Oswego, 45.10. And Henry Webb, Aquajets, 44.97. That 16-year-old now your top qualifier. Heat 7, women. .58 in the previous heat from Ariel Brotman of Rancho San Dieguito. On the women's side, she becomes our top qualifier. Here in heat 9 of 16, lane 4, Quinn Sider, Ojai Heat Waves goes off with a 44.44. Sider is now your top qualifier. Heat 10, men. Heat 7 of 16 on the women's course, and we get a 49.91. Tara Joyce, our first sub 50 100 for the women. Heat 8, women. Heat 11, men. It's heat 11 on the men's side. We saw PJ Foy out of Alaska representing Glacier Swim Club with a 44.80 to win heat 10. 16 total heats for the 100 freestyle for both the men and women. Heat 8 of 16 here on the women's side. Eugenia Lanalis, Palo Alto, Stanford, 50.94 is your winner. Heat 9. Heat 12, men. That was Ian Pickles in heat 11. Great meet here for the sprinter out of Swim Neptune, 44.36. He takes over the leaderboard with heat 12 underway on the men's side. Heat 9 women's 100 freestyle looks to be lane 4. Hayden Schessel, Rockwood, 50.99. Heat 10 women. Heat 13, men. Heat 13 in the water for the men. On heat number 12, we saw Daniel Lee with a great finish for Longhorn Aquatics, 44.79 for Lee. Heat 13 of 16 for men. That's Simon Lenz through the first 50 at 21.15. Piedmont swim team in lane 2. Lane 2 here for heat 10 of the women. Julia Huffmaster out of Bozeman. And Huffmaster, 49.97, takes the win in heat 10. Heat 11, women. Heat 14, men. So Linz took the win in heat 13 on the men's side, 44.48 to get within a tenth of the 44.36 we saw from Ian Pickles. Heat 11 in the women's 100 freestyle. Rebecca Diaconescu, Team Rebel, 49 flat. That's the fastest women's 100 free as we move into the final 5 heats with heat 12. Heat 15, men. On the men's side, we saw a huge swim from Cade Duncan, Dad's Club, 43.17 as he takes over the leaderboard with 2 heats remaining. Here in heat 15, we got Williamson as your number 2 seed, 43.4. Diggory Dillingham in lane 3 comes into 43.9. Chase Miller Foothills, 43.7. Those are your swimmers in 3, 4, and 5 with Dillingham, the leader, out of the final turn. But here comes Williamson. 50.15, Ava Deanda taking the win in heat 12 for the women. Heat 13, women. Heat 16, men. Sixteenth and final heat underway for the men's 100 freestyle. Your top seed, Sonny Wang of Nitro, 43.38 in lane 4. Time to beat from Cade Duncan, 43.17. You got Rex Maurer in lane 3 from Rose Bowl, entered with a 43.7. There's a 49.80 from Sarah Bennett of Dart to win heat 13 of the women's 100 free. Heat 14. Final heat of the men's 100 freestyle saw Rex Maurer with a 43.52 take the win. We'll go on to event 32, the men's 200-yard breaststroke. Junior West meet record, 152.92 set in 2021 by Zier Fan of Metroplex. We have 16 heats in this event. Tegan Odell, 48.56. Our first 48 in the women's 100 free as she takes the win. Heat 15. Heat 15 of 16 now with your number 2 seed, Jada Scott, Alamo area, 48.68. Heat 15, Bella Brito, 49-35 for Beach City Swimming. Heat 16. Heat 1, men's 200-yard breaststroke. That's Haley Turney in lane 4 with the great underwaters and breakouts here on the women's 100 freestyle. She's your top seed with a 48.52. Challenge here by Claire Weinstein, World Championship team member for USA Swimming, who gets the win with a 48.93. That concludes preliminaries for event 29, women's 100-yard freestyle. Next up in this pool will be event 31, women's 200-yard breaststroke. Junior West Championship meet record 207.44, posted in 2017 by Zoe Bartel, Fort Collins area. We'll have 13 heats in this event. Results for event 30, men's 100-yard freestyle. Top qualifier, Cade Duncan, Dad's Club, 43-17. Following him in the championship final, Ethan Harrington, Jacob Wimberly, Maximus Williamson, Rex Maurer, Hayden Bellotti, Sonny Wang, Diggory Dillingham, 43-78 makes it back. Ben Scholl leads the B final at 43.87. Followed by Cooper Lucas, Samuel Quarles, Evan Crowley, Ian Pickles, Quinn Sider, Simon Linz, and Mar Gottnar of North Bay, 44.59. In the C final of the men's 100 freestyle, Jeremy Kelly, Nathan Kim, Tristan Dalby, Chase Muller, Zach Elliott, Daniel Lee, PJ Foy, and Tristan Davin Foothills. 44.85 to guarantee a second swim in that event. First heat of the men's breaststroke, 205.66. Matthew Sexton, Lake Oswego. Heat 2, men. Heat 1, women. Alternates in the men's 100 freestyle, Jonathan Gim, Rose Bowl, 44.87. River Park of Lakeside, 44.88. Finalists in the men's 100 freestyle. The time is now 9:52. You have 30 minutes in which to declare your intentions. Results for event 29, women's 100-yard freestyle. Top qualifier, Tegan Odell, Mission Viejo, 48.56. Also in that championship heat, Claire Weinstein, Rebecca Diakonescu, Bella Brito, Asia Kozan, Helena Jones, Maddie Mintenko, and Madeline Hebert. Team Rebel, 49.46. In a consolation final, it's Tia Salvino, Mission Viejo, 49.56. Followed by Haley Turney, Zara Zellin, Sarah Bennett, Kayla Fu, Maggie Shallow, Tara Joyce, and Amelia Bodenstab of Longhorn, 49.96. In the C final, Julia Huffmaster, Bozeman Barracudas, 49.97, leads Emma Kern, Isabella Chow, Ava Deanda, Sophia Sanu, Bailey Hartman, Angela Coe, and Tyler Driscoll Eclipse, 50.19. Alternates for the women's 100 free, Lawson Ficken of the Hilltoppers, 50.25. Jada Scott of Quad A, 50.26. Finalists in event 29, the time is now 9:53. You have 30 minutes in which to declare. Heat 2 of the men's breaststroke, trying to better the 2:05.6 from Matthew Sexton in Heat 1. And 2 swimmers get under that time, led by the 2:04.51. That is Nick Kuzer, Millard Aquatic Club. Heat 3, men. Heat 2, women. Heat 1 of the women's 200-yard breaststroke. We saw Naomi Shaw of Lakeside at 2:21.01 to set the pace. .203.30 the winning time from Alex Lakin of FMC Aquatic, Heat 3. Heat 4, men. Winning Heat 2 for the women with a 2:16.50, Alexa McDevitt, Bellevue Club swim team. She's now your top qualifier. Heat 3, women. Tight race here in heat 4 of 16 for the men's 200 breaststroke. Could be lane 3 here. Sean Bannon. The touch is a 203.49. Haru Yamagata, representing Golden West Swim Club. Heat 5, men. To 18.07 for Viola Taglasi of Corvallis to win heat 3. Heat 4, women. Heat 5 of 16 for event 32, men's 200 breaststroke. 201.55, that's Jerry Chu of Santa Clara Swim Club, now your top qualifier. Heat 6 of men. To 17.07. Kalia Hughes of Irvine takes the win in heat 4. Heat 5, women. Heat 6 of the men's breaststroke. We've got Max Scherer of North Suburban Aquatic Club out of Minnesota. Long course entry time at 2:24.60. Putting together a great performance here in Heat 6 of 16. The women's side, Heat 5 of 13 in the water with Emma Bibsa, your leader. And Scherer with a 2:00.87 turns in the fastest men's 200 breaststroke. Heat 7, men. And a 2:14.46 for Emma Sayers, Scottsdale Aquatic Club. Good enough for the top women's breaststroke time through 5 heats. Heat 6, women. So Heat 7 in the water on the men's side. Heat 6 of 13 here for the women. Heat 7, men, or Heat 8, men. Heat 7 of the men's breaststroke was won by Matthew King of Irvine, 2:02.92. .214.75. Sophia Sergeson is the winner of Heat 6. Bellevue Club. Heat 7, women. 202.40 gets the win. Benjamin Sosnowski of Quicksilver in Heat 8. Heat 9, men. Heat 7 of the women's breaststroke, still chasing the 2:14.4 from Emma Sayers, no longer as Lucy Warnick of Swan Pipers with a 2:13.89 becomes your top qualifier. Heat 8, women. Heat 9 of 16 for the men's breaststroke. Still looking for the first sub 2-minute swim on event number 32. Maybe we'll get it here out of this heat. And we do. It's Finley Conklin, 1:59.02, Oregon Community Swim Club. Our first sub 2-minute swim. Heat 10. Here comes Donica Varda out of Bozeman, 2:14.84, the winning time in Heat 8 of the women's breaststroke. Heat 9, women. Heat number 10 of 16 on the men's breaststroke, 201.54. Ryan Pack, Seattle Metro Aquatic Club. Heat 11, men. $215.80 takes the win for Caitlin Conover Emmert, Palo Alto, Stanford. Heat 10, women. Heat 11 of the men's breaststroke, getting the win with a 201.29. Trevor Boot, Highlands Ranch Aquatics, lane 3. Heat 12, men. Heat 12 underway on the men's 200-yard breaststroke, event 32. Still going after the 159.02 from Finley Conklin of Oregon Community Swim Club. On the women's side, the top time still 213.89. Lucy Warnick, Sandpipers. And Heat 10 of 13, Grace Robb, lane 6. Having a good meet so far here for Aqua Jets. Leads this heat with a 50 to go. And Grace Robb entered at 215.6, goes all the way down to 213.44. She becomes our top qualifier as we prepare for the circle-seated heats in event 31. Heat 11. Tight race here in heat 12 of the men's breaststroke, and a 2:01.65 is the winning time. Alex Sable, Cal Poly, lane 8. Heat 13, men. Here in heat 11 of 13 on the women's breaststroke, we have your number 3 seed overall, Caroline Bricker of Pikes Peak at 210.6. The first 100, though, goes to Lydia Jacoby, 100 breaststroke champion for the University of Texas last night, national age group record holder for the 17-1800 breast. And Jacoby, 33.9 over the third 50, 135.9. And to the final 50. Jacoby has been as quick as 2:08.61 in this event on the 2021 spring sectionals, and she'll be right around that time here. 2:10.13 for Jacoby. She becomes our top qualifier with 2 heats remaining. Heat 12, women. Heat 14, men. Into the circle seated heats of the men's 200 breaststroke. Winning heat 13 was PJ Foy of Glacier Swim Club, 2:00.64. Heat 12 of 13 on the women's course with Rhea Mellott, Crow Canyon, the number 2 seed with a 2:10.16. She's in lane 4. Here comes Mellott, the 15-year-old, into the 150-yard mark, 136.44. Mellott with a 2:10.16 entry time, ranks her number 16 all-time in the 15-16 age group. to 11.22 from Mel out of Crow Canyon. Heat 15, men. Heat 13, women. So in Heat 14 of the men's breaststroke, Jake Eccleston of Loveland turned in the top time at 1:56.06. As we've got Heat 15 of 16 in the water now, Andrew Zoe, Longhorn Aquatics, lane 4, your number 2 seed at 1:56.75. Early on, though, Joshua Korn of Foothills, 55.63, leads at the 100. The time from Jake Eccleston puts him up to number 12 all time, 15-16 age group, ahead of Cody Miller's 56.46 from the 2008 Winter Junior Nationals. Still got Joshua Korn out in front for Foothills. 1:58.43 was his entry time. And Joshua Korn with a monster swim here in the prelims, a 1:55.94. Huge drop on his 1:58.4 entry time. He becomes your top qualifier with 1 heat remaining. Heat 16, men. To 11.75, Piper Engie takes the final heat of the women's 200-yard breaststroke. That concludes preliminaries for event 31, correction. We'll look to have results there in just a moment as we prepare for event 33, women's 200-yard butterfly. Logan Brown, your leader in the final heat of the men's breaststroke. First Colony, he's your top seed, 1:55.11. He'll have to take down to 55.94 from Joshua Korn, who wants to swim in lane 4 this evening. And here comes Brown of First Colony, stretches in and touches at 157.43 to take the final heat of the men's 200 breaststroke preliminaries. Next up on the men's side, event 34, 200 yards of butterfly, 13 heats in that event. Heat 1. Heat 1, women's 200 butterfly. (151.02). That's Alex Meow, Dad's Club Swim Team, sets the pace in the men's butterfly, winning Heat 1. Heat 2. (200.44) Eloise Williamson. Heat 2. If we could please see coaches for Alex Sable, Cal Poly, and Charles Lee Asakwa Swim Team to the admin table on the women's course, please. Cal Poly and Asakwa Swim Team to the admin table on the women's course. Thank you. Heat 3 of men. Heat 2 for the women, Annabelle Wenzel. Aquajets, 202.13 is your winner. Heat 3, women. On the men's pool, we have Heat 3 in the water. Heat 2 was won by Ricardo Ocio, Lakeside Aquatic Club, 149.42. Results for event 32, men's 200-yard breaststroke. Top qualifier, Joshua Corn Foothills, 155.94. Also in the championship heat, Jake Eccleston, Daniel Lee, Logan Brown, Andrew Zoe, Finley Conklin, Lance Johnson, and Keller Morgan. Winning heat 3 of the men's butterfly, lane 1, William Miller, 148.94. He becomes your top qualifier. Heat 4 of men. Continuing with results for event 32. In the B final is Charlie Edgeland, Aquajets, 159.32. Joshua Chen, Colin Zong, Trey Mungia, Watson Wynn, Jaden Gamila, Christopher Lung, and PJ Foy of Glacier, 20064, gets a second swim. C finalists, Jacob Turner, John Watson, Max Schurer, Noah Setch, Jackie Jing, Trevor Boot, Nathan Wu, Ryan Pack, Seattle Metro, 201.54. First alternate, Jerry Chu, Santa Clara, 201.55. Here in the women's pool, heat 3 is won by Montserrat Spielman of Quad A, 159.31. Heat 4. There is a tie for second alternate in the men's 200 breaststroke. Alex Sable, Charles Lee, both at 201.65. Finalists in event 32, the time is now 10:39. You have 30 minutes in which to declare your intentions. Event 31, women's 200-yard breaststroke results. Top qualifier, Lydia Jacoby, 210.13. Piper Engie, Bella Brito, Caroline Bricker, Avery Collins, Grace Robb, Caitlin Wynn, and Lucy Warnick all qualify. It took a 2:13.89 to make that race. B final, led by Sarah Bennett of Dart with a 2:14.03. Then it's Kelsey Wasakowski, Emma Sayers, Bridget McGann, Sophie Sergeson, Donica Varda, Caroline Foltz, and Ella Smoker. Cypress Fairbanks, 2:15.14 to qualify 16. That's a 150.02 Zach Power, men's 200 butterfly, winning heat number 4. Heat 5 of men. We're looking for Cal Poly and Issaquah swim team to the resolution desk, please. Cal Poly, Issaquah swim team, please send a coach or representative to the resolution desk. Claire Weinstein swimming the 200 butterfly here in heat number 4. One of the top long course entry times at 2:16.3. Continuing with results for event 31. In our C final, Tegan Steinmetz, Denver Swim Academy, Audrey J. Chang, Ellen Gerritsen, Sonia Vaishnani, Karina Canary, Emma Bibza, Ava Chavez, and Michaela Ton of Dart, 2:15.79. First alternate, Caitlin Conover Emmert, 2:15.80. Second alternate, Veronica Black Wasatch, Front Fish Market. Finalists in event 31, the time is 10:41. You have 30 minutes in which to declare. Women's 200 butterfly, heat 5. This is heat 5 of the men's butterfly. Leading the way, Camel McKeon of Bend Swim Club, 150.6 entry time. 148.9 is the time to beat. William Miller, Cougar Aquatics. $148.89. That's Matthew Judkins of Parkway, now your top qualifier. Heat 6, men. Heat 5 of the women's butterfly, lane 2, Amy Duhamel, Hinsdale Swim Club, takes the win at 200.68. Heat 6, women. Heat 6, men's butterfly, 1:48.30, the winning time from David Vinoker, Scottsdale Aquatic Club. He is now your top qualifier. Heat 7. Ella Jablonski, 200.51, wins Heat 6 of the women's butterfly. Heat 7. Heat 7 of 13 on the men's side. Lane 2, Marcus Moore of Lakewood. Lane 7, Wes Miles, Cypress Fairbanks. Touching first is Miles, 149.53. Heat 8, men. First of our circle-seeded heats in the women's butterfly, Campbell Stoll of Elmbrook is your 3 seed with a 154.49. Early on, though, Ava Whitaker of Ambush Swimming into the final 50 at 126.2, having a great showing. Time to beat 158.6. Claire Weinstein, Sandpipers. Whitaker of Ambush, 157.04, improves on her entry time and becomes your top qualifier with 2 heats remaining. Heat 8, women. Heat 9, men. Heat 8 of the men's butterfly went to Colin Quickstad of Lakeside Aquatic Club, 148.46. Heat 8 of the women's butterfly, we've got Katie Grimes as your 2nd seed at 153.93. Grimes having such a strong competition here this week. Her 53.9 ranks her number 8 all time in the 15-16 age group, and this morning a 154.33 from Grimes as she turns in our top time with 1 heat remaining. Heat 9. Heat 10, men. Here's the 9th and final heat featuring Bella Sims, your top seed, 153.91, the entry time for Sims. Takes a 153.51 to break into the top 10 all time for the 17-18 age group. Together with Sims, Bailey Hartman at Crow Canyon, another standout performer for this competition. $153.50 as Sims does lower her entry time and turns in the 11th best time in 17-18 age group history to take the win in the final heat. Second, Bailey Hartman, 154.82. That concludes the prelims for the women's 200-yard butterfly. Heat 11, men. We've got heat 11 of 13 in the water. First of 3 circle-seated heats. In the previous 2 heats, we saw Carson Hamlin, 148.44, turn in the top time. And just there, that was Pierce O'Grady, Spartans of La Cañada, with a 148.08. He's got the time to beat here. 3 heats to go in the men's butterfly. Over there in the men's butterfly, Arthur Balva, Palo Alto, Stanford, 145.34 entry time. Leads this field. And to the final 5 yards, 148.0, the time to beat. Balfa will get well under that, touching here in a 144.55 as he improves on his entry time. Heat 12, men. Women's 200 butterfly heat 9. We need a representative from all swimmers or the actual athlete to please report to the women's admin table. Heat 9 women's 200-yard butterfly. Quad A, Magnolia, Irvine, Sandpipers, Crow Canyon, King, and Flatiron. Please send a representative or the athlete from the heat over to the women's pool, please. Heat 13, men. It's the final heat of the men's butterfly. We saw Colin Gear of Golden West at 145.48 take the win in heat 12. Now we see our top seed David Schmidt, Evolution Racing in lane 4. 44.08 is his entry time. Swim fans, don't forget that D&J Speedo store will be closing at the end of this morning's session. So if you still need to purchase any 2022 Junior National merchandise, now is the time. This is Jacob Wimberly. Huge meet this week for the swimmer out of Texas Fort. 49.03 on the first 100 for Wimberly. Final 50, 26.6, David Schmidt, and a 143.56 as Schmidt lowers his entry time and turns in the fastest 200 butterfly for the men, unofficially your top seed going into tonight's championship final, as we also conclude the prelims for the men's 200-yard butterfly. We're still looking for coaches from Alamo area, Sandpipers, and King Aquatic Club to please check in here with the referees on the women's pool. Alamo Area Aquatic Association, Sandpipers, and King Aquatic Club. Please send a coach or representative. We also need Flatiron Swimming. All those programs. Please come down and see the referees on the women's pool. Thank you.